Good morning. Parole Board is called to order. It is 8/21/2025. Serving with me on the panel today will be Mr. Tillis to my left, Mr. Barra to my right. My name is Mr. Freeman. I'll be the acting chair today. Would staff at headquarters please identify yourself?
Jasmine.
Is the Arlene Justice Center there? Hello? Okay. All right. Once again, I call the Parole Board to order. This morning is 8/21/2025. Serving with me today is Mr. Tillis to my left, Mr. Barra to my right. My name is Pete Freeman. I'll be the acting chair. With staff at headquarters, identify yourself.
Jackson.
Good morning, my name is Darren Nealy.
Okay, I'm gonna get to you, Mr. Tillis. Okay, what's your name? What's your last name?
Nealy.
We got the wrong one up there. Neil. Oh, let's do, that's you. Did Neely have any?
Yeah, never.
Okay. Okay, we need Mr. PHAZIE. Is anyone in there with you?
No, man, no, sir.
We're not ready for you yet. You got with.
Okay, I can go to the door for you guys and let them know.
Okay, let them know who we need.
Okay. They're not ready for me. They need to be.
Stay right there and sit down. What's his name? No, that's not him. sit out. Come on now.
Okay.
Okay, good morning. My name is Pete Freeman. I will be your acting chair today. To my left is Mr. Tillis. To my right is Mr. Barra. Please state your name and DOC number for the record.
James Hughes, 763-404.
Okay. And who do we have there with you? Could you introduce yourself, please, sir?
My name is Lieutenant Johnny.
Lieutenant Johnny, is there anything you want us to know about, Mr. Hughes? Anything you can tell us?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, Mr. Johnny, thank y'all for having us today. Okay, Mr. Hughes, I'm gonna read some information into record. Listen, if you have any, questions about it, ask me when I complete reading it, okay?
Yes, sir.
First off, Mr. Hughes, you are a first felony offender. You are serving 23 years for the offense of second-degree rape. Your parole date is 10/13/25. You're not eligible for good time, and your full term date is 2/16/41. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I do want to say that in opposition, we have here today Ms. Catherine Frankus. Hope that didn't botch that up too much. Victim's mother, who will be speaking, and J.D. Franklin, victim, who will not be speaking. They're with us today at headquarters. We'll let you speak at the proper time. Okay, Mr. Hughes, tell me, what did you do to get put in jail? And why do you think we should consider letting you out today?
Well, I did an accident, and I'm very remorseful for what I have done. And I mean, ain't nothing I can say to take it back. You know, I made a mistake. I hope they forgive me. You know,
So you calling it an accident?
I mean, it was. I was intoxicated, full of drugs, and I made a bad decision.
Yeah.
With the drugs playing on my mind.
Gotcha.
If I was in my sober mind, that would have never happened. Cat know me. Cat know that ain't how I am.
Okay. Well, hey, look, do not, you can't talk to the victims, okay?
Yes,
So, speak to us at the board.
Yes, sir.
Like that. Okay, I will, ask you some questions in a minute, but right now we're gonna hear from the victim, Ms. Frankus. Ma'am? Francois?
Yes, sir.
Oh, they didn't spell it all the way out, because I know how to say Francois.
Yes, sir.
Okay, could you go up to the podium, ma'am, and tell us what you want us to know?
How y'all doing?
Good
I'm
morning.
Catherine Francois. I do not wish for him to be released. He did this to my child at an early age. She was 12 years old. I think 12 years old. And he have taken a lot out of her. She's still shy. She can't even talk to people. And he has done this before. He is family. He is my family. That's why he say I know him. And I do not wish for him to get out among society to get a chance to be listened to someone else. And I cannot sleep with the mere fact that he knows where we live and him being released to have a second chance to do this to my child. I do not wish that. On everything that I love.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Appreciate you coming today.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Hughes, your case has been assigned to me, so I'm gonna ask some questions. First off, have you taken any classes or are you not eligible because of how much time you got?
Well, I do have, when I was in EBR Parish,
Mm-hmm.
I took a abuse class twice, 24 plus hours on both of them. One was awarded to me on the 4th day of October 2019, and another one on the 7th of June 2019. And that time I also went to a faith-based dorm and EBR on given to me on 11th day of March 2019, and I also got baptized on October 31st, 2019. I have been doing these little Bible classes, but all that was at EBR while I was waiting to go to trial, for sentencing. And being here, I can't get no classes. They don't offer any class here at Riverbend. They offer nothing. And all I do is just sit in the dorm 24/7. Nothing I can do here. And I was hoping that y'all can recommend me for the STAR program with Ms. Lena Horn and Dr. Fred. Or can y'all send me to Cotton Port where I can, better rehabilitate myself?
Okay. I think we're gonna have to move you because you got some classes that you need to take to
Yes,
be
sir.
considered. Okay, next question is, when your DNA came back, it matched you to a rape in Ohio. What you got to say about that?
They threw that out.
I don't care if they threw it out. What do you have to say about it?
It wasn't a rape. I wouldn't have won. My DNA did match, but I wouldn't have won. It wouldn't. She was a prostitute. And after me, she went and did something else. So that's why they threw that out. That's not even on my record.
I think they threw it out because the victim had already died.
No, she stayed next door to me, sir. So if I was the candidate for that, they would have come right. She know who I am. She babysit my kids.
Prostitute was babysitting your kid?
Yeah, she stayed next door.
Okay. All right.
In Ohio.
All right. I read the whole file and I'm not gonna go through it all. We have very strong law enforcement opposition. You have a terrible criminal history. This was a plea bargain.
I have a criminal history, sir.
That's charges. And
All
you put a 3 on your static 99, which is high. And there's strong victim opposition as we heard. Do anybody else have any further questions?
No questions. I have no questions.
Okay, Parole, you want to say something before we vote? Go ahead.
Yes, I know what the vote gonna be. I understand that. I'm not, but
I want to get moved.
okay, can I say on what she said? I don't know where they live, and I don't even live here in Louisiana. I live in Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, well, that's not good.
Can I ask you, what can I do about her auntie raping me as a child?
Oh, no. All right, that's enough. That's enough. We're not getting in all of that. That has nothing to do with this case. Okay, we're ready to vote. As you already have stated, my vote is to deny. You've only served 7 years of a 23-year sentence. And terrible criminal history, strong law enforcement opposition, and strong victim opposition. I do say that we need to move you where they do have sex offender class because I don't think you will ever be considered till you finish the sex offender treatment. That's just my opinion. So we will put that in the record. But today your parole has been denied by myself, Mr. Tillers.
My vote is to deny, and I concur with Mr. Freeman on the charges.
And Mr. Barra.
I vote to deny for the same reasons noted by Mr. Freeman.
Okay, so we're gonna try to get you moved somewhere where you take them classes that you got to have. And you can reapply when you're eligible.
Okay, thank you.
Signing off,
Criminal history.
Riverbend at 9:50.
They talking about I got a criminal history.
Can you hear me, Tessie?
Yes. You guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, yeah. Okay, we're back at the Orlando Justice Center. We're here for the revocation hearing on Darren Neely. Mr. Neely, will you introduce yourself, record, and DOC number?
How you guys doing? My name is Darren Neal, 5'9", 5'8", 64.
Okay, and Mr. Will, you're represented by Ms. Tessa Silverman. Ms. Silverman, would you introduce yourself for the record?
Good morning. My name is Tessa Silverman. I'm representing Darren Neely.
Okay. Okay, the way this is gonna go, that, I'm gonna read some information to the record. I'm also gonna, read your violations. You're to plead guilty, not guilty, with or without a statement. And then after we do that, we will let the people speak on your behalf. You have Brian Lawrence, Orleans Public Defender's Office, Tasha Trahan, Ant, and Tessa Silverman, attorney, that will be speaking on your behalf. Okay, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you have your parole questionnaire with?
No, sir.
Okay, would you, questionnaire 3, 20, please. Okay, is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that shows that you're not eligible for appointed counsel, but you've already retained counsel. So are y'all ready to proceed? Healy,
We are,
you ready
yes.
to proceed? Okay. It is alleged that you violated the condition of you failed to refrain from engaging in criminal activity as evidenced by your arrest on 4/3/25 by the New Orleans Police Department for the charges of domestic abuse battery involving strangulation and domestic abuse battery child endangerment. How do you please, these charges were refused by the New Orleans District Attorney's Office on 5/30/25. How do you plead to that?
Not guilty, sir.
Okay, could I have a statement
Could you
later? All right, well, we'll get to that when, after we hear from your speakers. Okay, Mr. Lawrence with the Public Defender's Office.
Yes. Good morning, board members. My name is Bryan Larson. I'm a social worker with the Orleans Public Defender's Office, and I've been working here for about 6 years. One of the most important things that I want to express to the board is that as a social worker, my responsibility to public safety is the same as this board, and I take it very serious. So like, even though Mr. Nealy's charges were refused, I still took the necessary steps to address any underlying issues. So as you, if you have a copy of my reentry plan, you will see that I referred him to Cater Recovery and Prevention, which is located right here at 2601 Tulane Avenue on the 9th floor in this building, to address any underlying issues like any anger issues, domestic violence issues, and also to help teach Mr. Nealy coping skills. And I also referred him to First 72 Plus, where he can also benefit from working with individuals over there, going to peer support groups and things of that nature. He also have access to this office on a daily basis, access to me to help him work through difficult situations. And also, I've met with Darren on several occasions, and he's been able to express remorse for past or previous behaviors. And what I mean by that is that he has some infidelity issues and some promiscuous behaviors, which has caused him problems in his current relationship. He's been in a relationship with this young lady for 9 years, and they have a kid together. Darren have several other kids, and he'll talk about those things. And we just hope that the board consider the facts of this case and give Mr. Nealy the opportunity to get back to his kids. The kids need him. He has about 6 kids, and so we hope that you consider this plan. I'm going to be actively case managing this case, and the work that I do will be, complemented by other social workers and client advocates here at this office. Thank you.
Okay, then we're going to hear from Latasha Trahan, your aunt. Okay, Ms. Trahan, what did you want us to know?
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to piggyback off of Mr. Lance's statement in regards to having multiple kids with different women. I do believe that some of those situations sets him up for failure with communication, whereas I think that the girls will get, to arguing with each other, get him involved. I will say Darren is a resilient person who, despite his challenging past, he has integrity. He loves his family. He loves his kid. And I was talking to him a couple nights ago in regards to a plan when he comes home. He had a job before this situation happened, and he expressed concern about obtaining a TWIC card, and I support him with all of his endeavors. I'm hopeful that the board, would grant him permission to obtain a TWIC card to kind of travel if that's an opportunity. New Orleans is a really hard place to heal if that's what, where you have to live. It's kind of tough. He's been here all of his life. I've been a support system for him. Darren has a strong work ethic and he's genuine. Though he's faced struggles in the past, he is determined to be there for his kids, to be supportive, but life has tested him. I hope the best for him. And I'm here, I'm his aunt. I'm willing to help him, even changing his living situation. I think that if he remove himself from the situation, if the relationship is dissolved, to remove himself from the situation in lieu of having to have an address or whatever he may need, to prove to the parole board, I have a home where Darren can live with me and my family. I have a son that's 29 years old, and I have 4 bedrooms there. There's an extra 2 bedrooms. He can live there. He doesn't have to be put in a situation that's potentially dangerous, and I help with his, with his future success.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay, and now we'll hear from your attorney.
If it's all right, honorable members of the board, I would prefer to reserve my statement until after Mr. Neely gives his. Is that permitted?
Let him see. Usually, we hear from the attorney before, and if they have something.
That's fine.
To say after the hearing.
Okay, that's completely fine. Thank you. So what I want to say, I guess, a few points. One is, I imagine you all have had the opportunity to review some of the evidence in this case. Of course, we didn't have a chance to receive full evidence because the charges were refused, but I've seen the body-worn camera that I imagine you've seen of the complaining witness being interviewed in the ambulance, and I've read the initial police report, and I can imagine, because I've experienced it firsthand, that those are very kind of difficult things to witness, and there's a strong emotional response from seeing those things and seeing this woman who is clearly hurt being interviewed in an ambulance. And it's my initial instinct watching that was, oh my goodness, this is a horrible thing that happened. Somebody needs to help this person. And I think that that's a legitimate and noble emotional response to have to that evidence. What I would say is that when I had an opportunity to step back and look at the picture from a more kind of logical and rational perspective, and with the additional information of the letter that the complainant, Ms. Alexander, asked to be able to provide. To be clear, I did not reach out to her to ask her to write this letter. She is insistent that she wanted to provide this new information to the board. I do think that as sympathetic as this situation is, the evidence simply is not there that Mr. Neely was the one who was directly responsible for the injuries that Ms. Alexander sustained. For example, she makes pretty severe allegations of strangulation that are documented in the police report, multiple instances of it, but you hear on the body-worn camera, the EMT saying that he does not see any signs of strangulation around her neck or her chest. She also alleged at the time that she was dragged by her hair through the street, and this would have happened in the middle of the day. But it does not seem that any neighbors told police that they saw anything like this, nor did police recover any, surveillance footage or Ring doorbell footage from the area that shows that kind of event, which would have been pretty notable to happen in the middle of the day in a neighborhood. So all of that to say, not that something didn't happen to Miss Alexander, because according to her letter, something certainly did. She did get into an altercation with one of Mr. Neely's other children's mothers. And then she had an understandable emotional response to that. And in anger at Mr. Neely for his infidelity, which she had learned about through that incident, she made pretty extreme allegations against him that are not supported by evidence. And almost as soon as Mr. Neely was arrested, she started reaching out to us to kind of express her regret for putting him in that situation and explaining that she wanted to undo what she had done. And that is, I think, why we have this letter now. I also would understand if the board felt concerned about the veracity of this new letter, and concerned that perhaps she is fabricating things now in order to achieve the outcome she is now hoping for, which is for Mr. Neely to be released. And to the extent that that's true, if that is, I think what that leaves us with at the end of the day is still a witness who says things that are not true based on whatever objective she has in that moment. And since her word is the only thing connecting Mr. Neely to this alleged offense, if her credibility is that much in question, I think that even more underlines why it would not be fair and it would not be just to punish Mr. Neely for these allegations. Taking a step back, I want to just talk for a moment about Mr. Neely and what I've learned about him, getting to know him through our time working together. I find him to just be a very impressive person. One of the first things that I learned about Mr. Neely is that he's got significant learning disabilities and didn't know how to read or write until his 20s. He only finished 6th grade in school, excuse me. And he taught himself to read and write while he was incarcerated at the Department of Corrections in his 20s, so that he could write letters to people on the outside. And the way that he did that, which I think is so interesting, is he would take songs that he had memorized where he knew the lyrics and look up the lyrics and then find the words where he knew them to be in the song and teach himself how to read and write those words in that way. And I think that story just really signifies his persistence, like Latasha was saying, how hardworking he is, how dedicated he is to achieving his goals. And he'll tell you when he has a chance to speak that his goal now is to put himself on the right track to avoid, putting himself in situations like this one in the future by behaving more responsibly in his relationships, to be a dependable father to his children who mean the world to him. And Mr. Lars has come up with a really, I think, amazing, thorough plan to help him achieve those goals. And I know that Mr. Neely is able to follow through on that based on his work ethic and his commitment. So thank you very much for your consideration.
Yes, a question. Yes. You said earlier that she was dragged during the day.
That's what is alleged in the police report.
Right.
Dragged back in the house.
She jumped out the window and she was dragged back into the house.
During the day?
Yeah, during the
daytime.
The girlfriend saying why they didn't see the girl. Well, I assume that. Okay.
I'm sorry?
One of the statements that Ms. Alexander wrote, she said she planned on participating on Zoom today, but I don't see her on Zoom. You know why she's not here today?
I don't know.
Okay. All right, let's move on with the hearing. Your case has been assigned to Mr. Tillis. Mr. Tillis, do you have any questions?
Yeah. Mr. Neely, what happened?
What happened, I can't really speak for what happened because I wasn't there. I was told at a later time what took place, but like I said, I wasn't really there. I was just told, I was briefed on the situation. This was after everything took place because literally the same day, me and her was together.
You please tell me the truth. Were you walking around the house? You were seen walking behind the house. You're saying you weren't there?
No, sir.
Then she's lying?
She's not telling the truth.
This is a neighbor now. This is witnesses. This isn't your fiance.
They said I was seen behind the house, maybe when I went there, but as what was going on, no, I wasn't there as it took place.
Okay.
They said they seen me. It wouldn't be uncommon for somebody to say they seen me at my house.
Okay.
Okay, I got a couple of questions. What about the son?
My son, that's not her child.
Okay, did he try to get involved or try to stop you or anything?
No, my son doesn't live with me. My son lives with his
I got you. Okay. All right. I have no further questions. Is the panel ready to vote?
Yes,
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Tiller.
my vote is to revoke because of rule violation number 4.
I'm gonna concur with the same reason the body can't put out that ambulance pretty.
And I concur, my colleagues. Today your probation has been revoked. You'll get a letter when you reapply.
Can I ask you guys a question?
It's okay. Keep your head up.
See you soon, okay?
Okay.
Keep your head up, Trudy. I love you. I love you.
I love you too.
You gonna dig on Sunday?
Yeah.
I mean, you only gotta do Sunday, because otherwise she ain't gonna have all day till Saturday. Yeah, you on for Thursday, but nobody on for Wednesday. Right. And then what I do is I swap. I get with Wagner, swap her Friday with Sunday. That way, Saturday I can have Sunday, because otherwise she's not gonna be off. Next weekend. Hello. You. All right. Once she looked at it, she probably will see. Yeah.
You got this? Oh. What? Okay.
Oh, all right. All right. All right.
Okay, we're back at the Orleans Parish Justice Center. It's 9:44. My name is Pete Freeman. To my left, Mr. Tillis. To my right, Mr. Barra. We're here now for the revocation hearing on Ornelus PHAZIE. Mr. PHAZIE, would you state your name and DOC number for the record, please, sir?
PHAZIE ORNELUS, 710666.
Okay. And do you have your parole questionnaire with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This found that you were not eligible for attorney. So do you wish to proceed today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you wanted an attorney, you'd have to hire one, is what we're saying.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right, then, Mr. PHAZIE, you are here today. It is alleged that you violated condition number 4. You were arrested due to having an active warrant by the New Orleans Police Department on charges relative to LARS 1434 aggravated misdemeanor domestic battery felony and LARS 1437.4 aggravated assault with a firearm misdemeanor felony, LARS 1456 simple criminal damage to property misdemeanor. Probable cause was found on the domestic abuse battery. How do you plead to that charge?
Not guilty.
Okay. Your case has been assigned to Mr. Tillis. Mr. Barra, would you ask him any questions you have?
Tell us what happened that day.
The other situation, earlier the day before, me and the victim, we were just chilling, and one of the daughters came. She must have took some money, probably like $20 or something, and they got in an argument. And she went to end up whipping one of the children. So I was telling her about that when she whipped them, and we was left alone from there. But the next morning, about the situation, I said, "Why did you do it?" But oh wow, she had the money. She never did. They never did steal the money in the situation. So in the midst of that, you know, she had a little drink and she was a little tipsy to the point where that day we got in an argument. It was a verbal argument. Nothing was never done. And when she went to going off, I just went to walking off. I could pack all my bags and I went to walking off. She went to grabbing herself, slamming her head against the door, and her arm got caught in the door. And I just left. In the midst of me leaving, I called somebody to come get me. And I got somebody to come get me. I left. I went to my mother's. Well, I went to my friend's house first. As I went to my friend's house, I went to my mother's house. And, you know, probably a couple of days later, we got back walking around each other. But what I found out was later on that I had these charges on me.
That's your side of the story?
Yes, sir.
It kind of doesn't match the police report. Did you ever see the police report when you came?
Yes, sir, I did see the police report.
Where it says the officer learned that Ms. Will sustained an inch-long laceration to the top rear of her head and observed the laceration on the top of the victim's head. The victim couldn't remember if she lost consciousness or not, but was struck in the head with the butt of the gun by Ornelius. And then it also says Officer Lopez spoke with Chris Wiltz, who's the son of the victim, and he stated that he heard a bunch of yelling outside his mother's home. And when he went outside, he saw you hitting his mother with a firearm, with the butt of the firearm in the head while she was on the ground. And that when he went over there to try to help her out, you turned the gun on him and asked him if he wanted some of it too. And then she kicked you in your private area and made it away. And that's basically what ended up resulting in the charges and her going to the hospital for the treatment of gash on the top of her head. That's
Yes, sir.
totally different than what you seem to remember. Any reason why it would be so different?
Well, of course. Well, women have their rights and they have feelings, and you know, this gun law, they take over that situation to the point where anything can happen and I could get caught for the situation. If they say this, you're gonna take their side before y'all take my side. They could say that I did this and I probably was never around the situation for it to be occurred, and I get charged with it to proven guilty.
That's the only questions I have.
I have no questions. Mr. Tillis?
Are you saying that she is lying?
Yes, sir.
You didn't hit her.
I never hit him.
Never had a gun.
Never had a gun.
I have no more questions.
I have no more questions. Is the panel ready to vote?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Barra?
Well, reading the police report, it looks like there was a couple of witnesses that said you had a gun. A couple of people said you hit her, and I don't know how she would have got the gash on the top of her head that required medical attention. Based on the facts of the police report, written in the police report, I have no choice but to revoke your.
Tillis?
My vote is to revoke.
My vote is also to revoke. So your parole has been revoked. Good luck to you. Off to Orleans at 9:50. Okay, we're here for a probation hearing on Mr. Bryan Polk. Are you Mr. Polk?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where are you located?
Terrebonne Parish Annex at the Transitional Work Program.
Okay, so you're in work release.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Polk, we're here today for your parole hearing. Please state your name and DOC number for the record.
Brian Kendall Polk Sr., 749436 DOC number.
Okay, is there anybody in there with you? You by yourself?
No, sir. Lieutenant Chase Blanchard of the Terrebonne Parish Work Release Program.
How you doing, Lieutenant Blanchard? Is there anything you want us to know about Mr. Polk? Anything you could tell us with regards to him?
Since he's been in my program, sir, he's been a model inmate. He goes to work every day. He doesn't complain. Anytime we need help around here, he's always the first one to help. I have nothing bad to say at all about Mr. Polk.
Good. Good. And how long has he been there, sir?
If you give me 1 second, sir, I think it's been 9 months. Yeah, about 9 months.
Okay, good. You saved any money, Mr. Polk?
Excuse me, sir?
You saved any money?
A little bit, sir.
A little bit. Quit spending it at commissary, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Polk, we're here for your parole hearing. Tell me why you are in prison and why do you think we should let you out today?
Well, a spiral downward fall on street drugs led me to that life. And due to a service-connected disability, led me to try and counteract the pain level. So I kind of like went to street drugs to do that, which was a bad decision. And it led me to prison. And while being incarcerated, I've realized my downfalls. I've also found God as my provider. I go to him for everything now. And with that being said, I have no recourse of going back to that life. I'm ashamed. I'm actually mad at myself for making those decisions that I did make, but I'm able to capitalize due to this program and other programs that I have since I've been incarcerated to help me get back on the right track.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Your case has been assigned to Mr. Barra. Mr. Barra, would you lead us in question?
Yes, sir. What type of work were you doing before your arrest, and do you have a job to go back to?
Yes, sir. I'm a CDL Class A tractor trailer driver for 27 years.
And back then you were using drugs and selling drugs?
No, sir.
What were you doing? Just using?
Using.
You must have had a lot because they charged you with possession with intent to distribute. No?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Have you completed your 100 hours of pre-release?
I'm not sure what that means.
It's a class that's required before you can get out of jail. It's called a 100-hour pre-release class. Obviously, you didn't do it.
No, sir. The only
how
class.
about a GED or a literacy program? Have you completed either one of those?
No, I have a high school diploma.
You have a high school?
Yes, sir. The only classes I've completed since I've been incarcerated is parenting and anger management.
Okay. And obviously substance abuse, you working on it? Are you in it?
Yes, I'm working on it.
Okay. I don't have any more questions.
I don't have.
All right.
We're prepared to vote.
I'm prepared to vote. I'll go first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grant you parole, but conditionally that you have to complete the 2 mandatory classes before you can get out. So one of them is substance abuse treatment and the other one is 100 hours of pre-release training. So they're going to make it a priority now that it's on a condition that you can get out to get into those 2 classes. And once you complete them, y'all,
Okay, thank you, sir.
all right?
Mr. Tillis?
My vote is to grant also with, grant conditionally, same as Mr. Barros.
Also, I'm gonna grant conditionally, same as Mr. Byron, but I'm gonna add, hopefully you're gonna do it anyway, but I'm gonna add 2 AA meetings a week. And, I would strongly suggest that you get a sponsor when you first get out. You know, you got a 27-year career in truck driving. You need to try to get yourself straight.
Yes, sir.
My vote is the same. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sirs.
You're signing off at the Terrebonne Transitional Work Center at 10:03. Okay, parole board's called back to order. It's 10:13. My name is Pete Freeman. I'm acting chair today. To my left, Mr. Tillis. To my right, Mr. Barra. We're here for Kevin Williams parole hearing. Mr. Williams, please state your name and DOC number for the record.
Yeah.
You're on mute.
Kevin Williams, 567-922.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna read some information for the file, Mr. Williams. After I'm finished, you could, stop me if you think something is incorrect, okay? You are a first felony offender. You have a parole date of 7/7/25. You have an adjusted good time date of 8/19/26. And you have a full term date of 7/7/28. You're in there for the offense of illegal possession of stolen things and manslaughter. You were sentenced to 20 years. Does that sound correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Williams, is there anybody in there with you that wants to talk?
Warden's got right there. Warden right there.
Is the warden right there? Let me talk to the warden.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Please state your name and your title for the record.
Eric Stott, Assistant Warden.
Okay. Mr. Stott, is there anything you want to tell us about Mr. Williams? Any problems?
No,
any
sir.
good thing?
Haven't had any problems with Mr. Williams. He's actually on our in our transitional work program. He's doing very well. Don't have any disciplinary problems out of him at all. He's a good good offender.
How long has he been in your transitional work center, sir?
Oh,
well,
we took over here on December 1st, and he was here when we got here. So I know since December 1st.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Williams, tell me, what did you do to get yourself put in jail? And why do you think that we should release you today?
It was on an accident, but not murder.
Okay, what happened?
We were playing with the gun and it went off.
Okay, who was playing with the gun? You gotta give me a little information on what went on.
Set you free.
The truth will set you free today. I'm gonna.
We were playing with the gun and it went off by accident.
Okay, who were you playing with the gun with?
My girl.
Who?
My girl.
Your girl. Okay, what's her name?
Kelly Hill. Kelly Hill.
Captain Hill. Okay.
Kelly.
Was there any fighting going on while y'all playing with the gun?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Your case has been assigned to me, so I'm going to be asking the questions. Okay, so you pled to this charge, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you got 20 years. How many years have you served?
17 in a month.
17 in a month. Okay. How long have you been in work release?
3 years.
3 years you've been in work release?
Yes, sir.
Have you had any write-ups while you've been in work release?
One.
One, what was that for?
See, we tried to start a riot up there, but it wasn't that.
That you tried to start a riot. Okay, would have been real good if we had those disciplinary records. Okay, how much money have you saved since you've been in work release? You've been there 3 years.
I've been sending money home in my term.
How much have you got? How much you got in your account?
Like about 7 probably.
7,000?
Uh-uh.
What's that?
About 700.
700, thank you. Okay, all right, why did you lose so much good time? You had 705 days good time taken away from you. Why?
That was in Winfield.
Okay, what were you doing in Winfield that got all that taken away?
Bikes and contraband charges.
What kind of contraband?
Mojo.
Goja. Okay, I have no further questions.
Mr. William, how you doing today?
How you doing, sir?
You don't waste words, do you? You don't waste words.
No, sir.
Have you had any programs? Have you taken any classes?
I took living in balance management, self-produced, agri management.
Okay, tell me about it. Tell me what you learned out of there. Let's use some of those words. Tell me what's going on.
It's a self-help program.
And
I learned to change and be a better person.
How? What did you learn from the classes? You're not helping us much here.
we want to help you.
I know, sir. All of them was the same class, really. Like parenthood and all that.
What about it? You say you took anger management?
Yes, sir.
You have?
Yes, sir. But that was like programming the unit. When LaSalle took over there and stopped a lot of stuff. A lot of classes in Winfield.
Your girlfriend, do you have remorse for what happened, the accident?
Yes, sir.
You think about it sometime?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I see you've been trying to keep yourself clean. I have no more questions.
Yeah?
No questions.
I call for an executive session.
I second.
Pete Freeman,
Yes.
Danny Barrow,
Yes.
Chucky Phillips.
Yes.
We're going into executive session to discuss confidential matters. We'll be right back within 5 minutes, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Williams, we're back in session. Do I have a motion to go back?
I make a motion that we get back in session.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. We're back in session. You know, Mr. Williams, I'm looking at your case, man. It's a tough one. Like I say, you don't say nothing, so we couldn't get much out of you. You are in work release, and for the past 3 years, it sounds like you've been doing very, very well. That you're not having any problems anymore. So I'm gonna give you a shot. I am gonna grant you conditionally upon you completing the mandatory classes that are left and an anger management. We show no anger management. So I want an anger management class before you release. So that is my vote. Release you conditionally upon completing mandatory classes plus an anger management class. Mr. Tillers?
My vote is to grant with conditions. I concur with Mr. Freeman, and you probably need to get some public speaking classes. You're not afraid to talk, are you?
Yes, sir.
Danny?
All right, and I'm gonna concur and vote to grant you parole also with the added condition that you do the victim awareness class. But you can do that one outside of release if you don't have time to get it before you release.
Okay, so today you've been granted conditionally, finish those classes and they'll turn you loose, okay?
Yes, sir.
Up to you.
Thank you.
And we're signing off at Morehouse at 10:25.
All right, put me to go grant.
Okay, the parole board's called back to order. It's 10:35. My name is Pete Freeman. I'm the chair today. To my left, Mr. Tiller. To my right, Mr. Barra. We're here today to hear the parole hearing on Kenny Young. Mr. Young, please state your name and DOC number for the record.
Kenny Young, 731-231.
Okay. Is there anyone from Concordia in the room? Could you state your name, please?
Good morning, Melanie Book, the DOC Transition Specialist here at Concordia with Mr. Young.
Okay, Ms. Book, while we have you up there, is there anything you could tell us about Mr. Young?
Mr. Young's been here since October of 23. We've not had any issues or problems. He has no write-ups. He's actually working in our auto shop and he's in the faith-based dorm. He participated in programs at his jail at Vermilion before he came. We have referred him in the past to sex offender treatment, but he's never been pulled or accepted for that yet because the list is usually pretty long. But he's just quiet, stays to himself, stays out of trouble.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Young, I'm gonna read some preliminary information into the record. Correct me if you think anything is wrong. Mr. Young, you're considered a first-class offender. Your parole date is 8/21/2025. Your full-term date is 1/1/2029. You are convicted of oral sexual battery and carnal knowledge and were sentenced to 12 years. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Young, tell me what you did to get yourself put in prison and why you think should think about letting you out.
It all started 2014, 15, something like that. My dad had passed away and I started drinking a lot heavier than normal. And I started using cocaine and stuff and I just fell off into a bad rut and I just, it was through shaking back with the downward spiral and it just surely definitely didn't want to do none of this stuff and I just, it's.
Well, what you did? What did you do to get you put in there?
Had sex with an underage girl.
What was her relationship to you?
She was my girlfriend's daughter.
Girlfriend's daughter.
Yes, sir. That's very ashamed of it. Very, very ashamed of it.
Okay, and what have you done to prepare yourself for release?
Oh, I renewed my faith with God. I grew up in the church and I walked away from God when I became an adult. And since I got a chance to get into the faith-based dorm, that I got into it and renewed my faith with God. And I just been really getting closer to Him, just really learning that, well, if without Him, that we'd be nothing. And also, I've also taken some AA classes and some anger managements. Those have really helped. Just and then we're working with in the auto shop. It's something I've done my whole life.
Okay.
It's every day just working on the vehicles. It just keeps me straight.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm gonna turn your case over now to Mr. Barra. Mr. Barra.
If we were to grant you parole, where do you plan on living?
Oh, the address is at 930 West U Street. My mom lives there. I think she's around 80 years old, so she definitely ain't gonna allow no mischief, that's for sure. And I've talked to my brother. He's talked to some friends back home that for work. Some of the guys I've worked for in the past, they've told me that they'd find a spot for me to work.
As a mechanic?
Mechanic, driving tractors. I drove 18-wheelers for 15 years before I got locked up. But it'd be just a matter of time if I can reinstate my license.
I don't have any more questions, but I do know that there's some very strong opposition on this case toward release from the judge, the DA, the chief of police, and the attorney general. The sheriff is unopposed, but everyone else is opposed. And we do have some strong victim opposition letters from the victim, who's now 22 years old, and also from her father, who are opposed to release. That's all I have.
Mr. Tillis, you have any questions?
You've not tried to get into those sexual.
He has.
He hasn't been able to get into those classes.
Sir?
Classes.
I requested for it. It's just, I'm just, I guess, waiting on the list.
Is there any way we can move him to one of those?
Excellent.
Okay, no more questions.
Okay, Mr. Smith, Mr. Young, I mean, this relationship, I think I read where you kind of thought of it as y'all dating.
The mother I was dating.
Okay, and the daughter, how long did this go on?
Oh, like 2, 3 months. Oh,
Okay, go ahead. How long you said it went on?
about 2 or 3 months.
Okay, panel ready to vote?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Mr. Barra, you'll vote first since it was your case.
Well, Mr. Young, today I'm going to vote to deny your parole. You haven't completed the required classes. You need to complete 100 hours of pre-release. You need to complete some sex offender training. Also, due to the seriousness of the crime, the law enforcement opposition that's strong, and the victim opposition that's strong.
Mr. Tillis?
My vote also is to deny, and I agree with the conditions.
Okay, and I'm gonna also agree, but I'm gonna make the recommendation that you get moved to a place where you could take your sex offender class and the mandatory classes that you're lacking. So
Okay.
today you've been denied. Keep your head up. You sound like you're doing well.
Yes, sir.
Good luck to you.
Oh, maybe start video?
Yeah.
For this next. Is that him? Yeah. Yeah, that's him.
Okay, the parole board's called back to order. We are now at Rapides Parish Detention Center. I am Pete Freeman, the chair. To my left is Mr. Tillis. To my right is Mr. Barra. We'll be serving as your panel today. Mr. JANISE, please state your name and DOC number for the record. Are you on mute?
Steve JANISE, DOC number 553621.
Okay, Mr. JANISE. And is there anyone in there with you?
No, no, sir.
All right. Mr. JANISE, I'm gonna read some information that we're gonna put into the record, and you can correct me if I say anything wrong. You are a first-class offender. You have a parole eligibility date of 7/26/15. You're not eligible for good time, and your full term date is 3/30/32. You were sentenced to 25 years for molestation of a juvenile. And that's it. Is that all correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. JANISE, I also want to state that here in opposition, we'll have Ms. Pam Fruge from the 31st JDC, victim coordinator, and Tracy Lopez, the victim's mother. We will get to y'all at the proper time and let y'all give y'all statements. Okay, at this time, Mr. JANISE, tell me, what did you do to get yourself put in jail, and why do you think we should release you today?
Could you repeat that, please?
Okay. Tell me, why are you in jail? What did you do? And why should we consider releasing you?
I molested a 5-year-old boy. Why I did it, I was angry at my girlfriend for leaving him in the bathtub unattended. And I am very sorry for what I did. And I've been living 18 years in a very stressful environment. And I would like a second chance in this society.
All right. Okay. We're going to hear from your victims now, from the people that are opposed. Y'all can decide who wants to go first. Ms. Fruge.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Pam Fruge with the Victims Assistance Coordinator with the 31st Judicial District Attorney's Office. I'm sitting here with the victim's mother, Ms. Tracy Lopez. Ms. Lopez is not going to speak, but I would like to speak on behalf of the District Attorney and herself. On April 1st, 2007, Stephen JANISE appeared at the Jefferson Davis Parish Sheriff's Office and confessed to the molestation of multiple children. He molested his then girlfriend's 3 grandchildren, ages 3 to 6, as well as his daughter, which was 12 years prior. Based on Stephen JANISE's testimony, his horrible crimes spanned nearly 2 decades. According to the National Center for Victims of Crime, children who experience sexual abuse deal with devastating effects from said abuse. In the short term, child victims have been known to exhibit regressive behaviors, sleep disturbances, eating problems, behavior and performance issues at school, and unwillingness to participate in school or social activities. Longer-term effects are more widespread and include anxiety, self-destructive behaviors such as alcoholism or drug abuse, anxiety attacks, and insomnia. On August the 26th, 1997, a report was signed by Troy Meir, a certified clinical criminal justice specialist. This report revealed that the adolescent females ages 13 to 17 were amongst his highest levels of sexual interest. The report also states that he showed slight interest towards young females ages 2 to 4 and young females ages 8 to 10. Given the severity and the prolonged nature of Stephen Janice's offenses, his release would not only undermine the gravity of his crimes, but also pose an undeniable threat to the safety and well-being of the community, particularly its most vulnerable members, our children. The psychological and emotional scars left on these victims are profound and enduring, as evidenced by research on the long-term effects of child sexual abuse. Allowing him to re-enter society risks exposing others to similar harm and perpetuating cycles of trauma. The Louisiana Parole Board, you are responsible for prioritizing and protecting citizens and upholding justice for our victims, whose lives have been irrevocably altered. Granting parole to an individual with such a history of predatory behavior would send a dangerous message, potentially eroding public trust in the judicial system ability to safeguard its communities. I urge the board to consider the overwhelming evidence of Stephen Janice's risk to society and deny his parole. Doing so will affirm your commitment to the safety and dignity of all individuals, particularly those who cannot defend themselves, who are our children. Alternatively, gentlemen, if you decide that parole is in the best interest of Stephen Janice, we ask that you relocate him outside of our parish.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, and as you said, you spoke for Ms. Lopez. You don't want to say anything, Ms. Lopez? Okay, thank you for being there, Ms. Lopez. We appreciate it. Okay, your case was assigned to Mr. Tillis. Mr. Tillis? What's that?
Lost connection.
Lost connection. Ms. Fuge and Ms. Lopez, we're having some technical difficulties with the jail. So that's why we're waiting right now. As soon as we get them back on, we're gonna continue with the hearing.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, the internet has went out at the jail. So we're waiting on the internet. So we may move on to another hearing and come right back to yours. Look at it. Been waiting there a long time, I take it. They don't have no idea.
Yes, sir. We have been waiting a little while.
I know, I understand, but like I said, there's not much we can do about it. The next hearing should be pretty quick.
That's fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So I get to set right now.
Okay, Ms. Smith, would you state your name and DLC number for the record?
Rachel Smith, my DLC number is 603478.
Okay, we're now at the Ouachita Parish, female facility. My name is Pete Freeman. I'm the chair. Today, to my left is Mr. Tillis. To the right is Mr. Byra, will be your panel today. I'm gonna read some information into the record, Ms. Smith. When I'm completed, if anything is you think is wrong, then tell me about it and we'll try to work it out. Ms. Smith, you are a second-class offender. You have a parole date of 10/23/25, a full-term date of 7/23/27, and you were sentenced to 7 years for second-degree cruelty to a juvenile, 5 years, and then second-degree cruelty of a juvenile, 7 years, and your total sentence is 7 years. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is anyone in the office with you today, Ms. Smith? Is there anyone in there?
Yes.
Good morning, it's Deputy Marchand.
How you doing, Deputy Marchand? Is there anything you want to tell me about Ms. Smith? Anything for the record or not?
The only thing I have is she's been in our women's work release program for coming up on a year next month, and she has no incidents, no write-ups. Just one of our better workers.
Okay. All right. All right, Ms. Smith, tell us what you did to get yourself put in jail and why you think we should release you today.
I was in a very bad place at the moment. I was struggling and homeless with my children, living from place to place. And I regret everything that happened to my son. I'm very sorry. I've been telling him that since day one, since I came to jail. I keep in contact with my other kids too.
Okay, and, so what was your charge? What did you do? What did they say you did?
They were saying that he had a bruise, but they never said, well, they was like he was malnutrition, but we was homeless, going place from place. I couldn't keep a job because I didn't have nowhere to stay. None of my family members didn't want to help me with my children. So I was just getting it. I was like getting money as like just panhandling and stuff with my children.
Gotcha. Okay, your case has been assigned to Mr. Tillis. Mr. Tillis, you have any questions?
Ms. Smith, were you on drugs at the time?
Yes, sir.
You were doing drugs?
Yes, sir.
And how long have you been incarcerated?
I've been incarcerated since 2020.
Okay. Have you taken any classes since you've been incarcerated?
I'm on a waiting list for it because of my outdate and the act that I'm under.
I see. I have no more questions.
Mr. Smith, I have a question. So you had money for drugs. You didn't have money to feed that child?
I was feeding him. It's just that he get his size from his daddy, so I don't know why they was saying that he was malnutrition because I always made sure they ate.
Okay,
And it's a lot of people that was,
40 pounds.
it's a lot of people, huh?
Go ahead, finish your statement.
It's a lot of people that knew me from being out there with them and they was helping too.
Okay. All right. I have no further questions, Mr. Barra. Okay, panel ready to vote?
Yes.
Okay.
Ms. Smith, my vote today is to deny. I read your case several times and I have not. Anyway, my vote is to deny.
Mr. Barra.
I also vote to deny due to repeated offenses involving a juvenile child. It wasn't just one.
And I vote to deny. This is probably the worst case I've seen since I've been on here, and it's a very, very, very terrible case. So your parole's been denied today. Good luck to you. We're signing off in Washington.
All right.
Well, All right, looks like we have everyone back. Internet is back up. Sorry for the inconvenience. Okay, I think we had spoke with the victims. This case was assigned to Mr. Tillis. Mr. Tillis, would you ask Mr. Janise any questions that you would like to?
Mr. Janise, I wanted to ask you a question. What made you turn yourself in? They on mute? Can you hear me?
Come on. Don't tell me they're out again. Okay, would y'all please stand by? Mr. Janise, can you hear us? Okay, parole board is called back into session. We are now going to continue our hearing on Steve Janise, DOC number 553621. We're at the Rapides Parish Detention Center. We've already heard from the offender and we've heard from the victims. So now this case was assigned to Mr. Tillis. So Mr. Tillis, any questions?
Yeah, Mr. Janise, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I wanted to ask you a question. What made you decide to turn yourself in?
Because I know I done wrong and I'm sorry for it. I regret doing it every day of my life for the last 18 years. I can't believe I was that. I can't believe I did that.
Have you taken any classes?
Sir?
I think I saw where you took 2 sexual abuse classes.
Yes, sir. I graduated. I've got my certificates for all 4 phases. It was 4-phase program. And, did that at Bayou Dorchis, and I've got anger management certificate and sex offender.
I see. If released, what do you plan to do?
Well, I plan on trying to either rent or buy me some property and grow a garden. I'm going to be retired. I can get Social Security as soon as I get out. I'm eligible for full benefits. I plan on doing, the gardening and doing some fishing. Love to fish. And, sir?
Where would you live?
that I want a nice, quiet place. I don't want to bother anybody. I don't know where at now. I don't have a place, but I plan on buying a little small trailer to live in if I, if I can either rent or buy some property. I've got a little retirement I got to check into when I get out. There's a lot of things I need to, I don't know until I can get out there and see what.
Okay, I have no more questions.
Okay, and first off, you gotta have an approved residence before they can release you, so you need to start working on where you're gonna stay, if you're gonna get released.
I've got.
Okay, and you gotta, I just wanna note for the record that all law enforcement is strongly opposed. We already heard from the victims, they opposed. And you scored a 3 on your static 99, which is a moderate risk to reoffend, but it's on the upper end. So I have no further questions, Mr. Barra.
No question.
Okay, the panel ready to vote?
Yes. My vote today is to deny because of strong law enforcement opposition and victim opposition.
Mr. Barra?
I vote to deny also for the same reasons noted by Mr. Tillis.
I vote to deny for the same reasons and law enforcement and victim opposition. So the parole's been denied. Good luck to you. We're signing off at Rapides at 11:21. Thank everybody for coming today.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Yes, ma'am.